And that's just the beginning. After I upgraded that Kinesteller and drive unit, I got more than 50% increase in power. Yep, I bet this baby could give any car on the road a run for its money.
And yet it can't get us to the amusement pier before I'm bored to tears.
I don't remember inviting you along. If you don't like the company, you can always just slap that watch of yours and fly, or ooze, or whatever, wherever you want. I'm not stopping you.
Fine by me.
Whoa, wait! Not in the car!
Ben, wait! Kevin, what is that? Your plumber's badge?
No, but you're not far off. It's a tracking system. I installed it this last week, but it doesn't track plumber's badges. It tracks uncatalogued alien tech. Stuff that might be valuable. You know, valuable for research and stuff. Yeah, well, whatever that is, it's powerful and close.
I'd better check it out. You two go ahead to the amusement pier. I'll meet you there.
No need. Looks like whatever it is, it's not far from the pier. We can be there in no time.
Yeah, Kevin and I can stay in the car and watch you on the tracker. We'll keep in touch and give you a heads up if anything comes your way.
Oh, great. Forever Knights. I bet they're after the same thing we are. We need to get down there, fast.
No problemo. Hang on.
with a chance of ice.
If you could only pick the right form, you might see a ray of hope.
This'll be gas!
can't do anything here right now. Come back later as Jet Ray.
Hey, who are you?
Get out of here! It's too dangerous!
I don't have time to explain, but it looks like we're on the same side. And I can help. Trust me.
Fine! If you want to help, check inside the warehouse for more of these knights. I'll search the perimeter.
Can't catch me.
I'm a double threat kind of guy. Thank you for your help. You're just as skilled as they say, Ben Tennyson.
Should I know who you are?
No, but I know you. More accurately, I knew your grandfather, Max Tennyson.
Hey, next time why bother stopping? Just run me over.
I'll keep that in mind. Who's your four-armed friend?
I prefer Tetramand, and the name is Gorvan. I presume this is your cousin Gwendolyn? And he is your...
Kevin. Gwen. Gorvan is a plumber. He knows Grandpa Max.
Your grandfather and I were acquainted several years ago. I have been away since then. I only just arrived back on Earth.
And you're already making new friends, I see.
Kevin, you don't have to be rude.
Yeah, would it kill you to, not be a jerk for once?
Haven't we already learned our lesson about automatically trusting everybody? We don't know who this guy is. Just because he's got a plumber's badge doesn't mean he's really a plumber.
No, your friend, though not exactly tactful, is right. You deserve an explanation. First, I am indeed a plumber. Earth isn't my patrol sector, but I was dispatched here on an urgent mission.
What kind of mission?
Have you ever heard of a race of aliens that calls themselves the Highbreed?
Yeah, we've dealt with those creeps before. Grandpa Max was investigating them before Anyway, we've been running into them more and more often lately.
Well, the Highbreed are up to something here on Earth. They seem to be collecting pieces of alien technology, like this one.
That's a pyronite plasma oscillator. Even I wouldn't mess with something that dangerous. What do the Highbreed want with that?
Good question. We're not sure, but there are several other alien components the Highbreed are supposedly looking for. I'm hoping we'll find some clues along the way while we're retrieving the other components.
You mean you want our help?
Yes. That is, if you, your cousin, and your friend here wouldn't mind. My search would go a lot faster if you did the legwork while I coordinated from the local plumber base.
Absolutely.
You bet.
No way.
2-1. Overruled.
We're in.
Excellent. The plumber's base is not far from here, in the mountains to the east. By now, the instruments have probably located at least one of the other components.
Why don't you lead? We'll follow you. What? The shocks would be toast after a mile if I let that behemoth ride shotgun. I'm not wrecking my car for some alien I just met. He walked here, he can walk back.
Anybody ever tell you your priorities are a little out of whack?
Anybody ever tell you that walking is good exercise?
Anybody ever tell both of you that your constant arguing is getting old? Oh wait, that would be me. Every day.